Hello wood shavers, and welcome back to the Shaving Tools, and this is your host Timmy Two Shaves, and today we're going to be looking at something a little bit fun. So while a lot of us are still in quarantine, I'm still working from home. Sometimes we try to find fun ways to kind of change up, the shave, which honestly, one of my favorite things about this hobby since the very beginning has been experimentation. Finding what works and what doesn't. You guys, if you watch the Rex Ambassador video, you'll know that I had one opinion going into it. Just kind of starting out and using that razor actually for a couple weeks until I found the right razor and blade pairing. And sometimes it's what it takes in the community to figure out exactly what you want. What works best for you is just fiddling around with things. And one of the things that I have been looking for a while is a baseline soap to use as kind of like my straightforward, this is what I'm just going to be using from this point going forward. While I mix it up with aftershaves, and I can take that money that I spend, put it to aftershaves, put it to fragrances, put it to razors, all that fun stuff. And you guys will get more benefit out of that because I will then be able to spend more money on other kinds of products to get you guys exposure to other artisans where I can't keep building up soap after soap after soap. There's so many that I want, and there are a couple artisans that are on my radar right now. I really want more products. Soaps and aftershaves from Southern Witchcrafts, and I really want products from Moon. You guys probably heard of Moon soaps. They've got some really beautiful labels, some really nice stuff, and I really want to get into that. Plus, one other thing, I do know I want the Fine Accoutrements Shave Cream. I want to try that out because they've got a couple stuff, and if you guys have heard me before, I love American Blend. So really, really nice aftershave. So you guys are going to be seeing a little video up in the corner. Now this is from my previous attempt to record this. It includes a bowl lather using the cube, which is the big question on everyone's mind today, is going to be how does the cube work as an actual shave soap? Not a pre-shave, but an actual shave soap. And that's what we're going to be getting into today. So you guys have probably seen other videos showcasing people, using it still in the traditional way as far as applying it as a pre-shave and then shaving that way. We're actually going to lather it up today. So if you guys look in the corner of the videos, you're going to see how I am lathering this up in a bowl. And I'm using the Smiles for Miles shave brush that I bought to go along with my Terror by Barista and Man soap set and aftershave, because I really like that label and I like stuff that matches. I'm really weird about that. But I have been using pretty much this exclusively. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've been seeing it. I've been using this pretty much exclusively for my dome shaves, used it this morning, and for my facial shaves. So it's kind of fun to test things out that you've never tried before, which I would encourage all of you to do. Now we've got my Grizzly Bay Chub Cub, a beautiful cream brush handle. He makes them so smooth, so well finished. I mean, masterclass art right here. If you guys haven't bought anything from Grizzly Bay, you can tell by the bear, definitely check him out. He has regular drops, and a lot of his drops, I think almost all of them, include some sort of Chub Cub, and I love these small handles. The knot is a cashmere, I think it's cashmere knot, type of knot from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. So usually what I do is I will wet the top of the cube, and I'll take my brush and just begin, kind of like I'm loading my brush with, a standard soap container. It's kind of the same thing. But I hope this video is finding all of you well and healthy. I've had a couple of my friends, co-workers diagnosed with COVID-19, so it's always a scary thing. So I hope you guys are taking precautions, being careful, and that if you have been diagnosed, that you guys are okay, that you're doing all right, that you're enjoying your shaves, you're finding the little things to enjoy and keep you occupied, like this video. So we're gonna get started. You guys can see here that I've loaded it only a little bit, doesn't take much. We're gonna get started here. Now, one of the questions that comes up is how well does this lather? That was one of my biggest questions, because for me, a soap, when I buy it, a lot of the times it's in regards to soap scent or my familiarity with that Artisan, and it's with the ease of lather. And if you guys can see here, and you can see in the video that I had posted regarding the ability to lather in a bowl, it's no slouch. You can see there's some sheen there. It looks really good. This looks no different than the majority of my other soaps out there. Now, I will say it's not as dense as something like maybe Sterling or PAA's like CK6 line or anything like that, but it's still got plenty of density, plenty of protection, which is what soaps are supposed to do, right? So now we're gonna go ahead and get into the shave. Now I'm using my recently acquired Charcoal Goods Torpedo solid brass handle. I love this thing. It's absolutely beautiful. I can't put it down. I keep using it repeatedly over and over again. I paired that with the Carbon CX 316L. So this is 316L marine grade stainless steel. This is the .68 base plate in here. From Carbon Shave Company. So I really, really like this. You guys know that I think it's one of the best razors out there on the market as far as a non-adjustable. It's wonderful. And I have it paired with a Astra Superior Platinum blade. So let's get started here. And at this point, I'd say I'd have about 24 hours worth of growth, give or take. But really, my thoughts on Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements and the Cube. I've always thought the Cube was a really good product. Albeit, I don't really use pre-shaves that often. My soaps typically give me the amount of protection that I need. Just being a really nice thick lather, nice dense soap. Now, I would say if you're someone just starting out in the hobby, in the community, and you want to make sure that you're extra careful, pre-shave might be the ticket for you. Stuff like a pre-shave and a lum block, styptic pencil are certain things that you might want to look into as you're getting started, just to avoid cuts and an uncomfortable shave. But I've been doing this for a while, so I don't find it uncomfortable at all. And something like the Cube, I'm getting plenty of protection. I'm not getting any irritation here on the face. I can tell you guys, I can scarcely tell the difference between using something like this and using another soap that's gonna get the job done. Now you might be wondering, why use something like the Cube? Why lather it like that? What's the benefit? Well, this is 8 ounces of product. You guys heard that right, 8 ounces worth of product. So you guys know typically my golden standard is Sterling, right? Sterling kind of sets the bar for me in terms of performance and price point. That's how I compare a lot of mine. Now other people will compare them based on overall experiences. That's what they want out of a soap, scent strength, other things, but I believe Sterling captures all of those on a really nice even level, especially for the price, which is about $13 to $14 for around 6 ounces, 5.8 ounces to be exact. But we'll round it up to 6 because I think they overfill their tubs. But Doug advertises on the website and on the box that this is 8 ounces worth of product, and it's $6.95. Now, I'm not really good with math, full disclaimer, but I believe that divides itself up to about 67, 68 cents per ounce, which is crazy. Now, am I recommending that all of you just give up all of your soaps right now? This is the best deal of the market. You go and pick one of these up. No. You know, I'm not gonna go ahead and get rid of all my sterling or all my PAA soaps or, you know, my gold to, you know, reach out and get, you know, find accoutrements, shave creams, or the Southern Witchcraft stuff. No, I'm not gonna give that up. But I think for a no-nonsense solution to your everyday shave needs, especially if you're a budget-minded shaver, this is something to consider. And again, you know, I mean, this is 8 ounces worth of product. I mean, I've used it considerably, so there's probably not a full 8 ounces there anymore, but it'll last you for a while. Everybody that owns a cube can tell you that these last you for quite some time. And this thing lathers like crazy when I'm using like a badger brush that really gets a lot of splay. This particular knot is not the largest knot in the world, so the splay isn't as considerable, and I haven't actually used this knot. This is brand new from PAA that I put into this handle. But you guys saw, it's nice and thick, plenty thick enough to get the job done. And if you guys can see here, I mean, no irritation to speak of. It's not an uncomfortable shave. I still feel plenty protected. And again, low cost option. If you just want to default to something, it's got a very, very light scent. But I honestly don't see how that would interfere with any of your aftershaves whatsoever. Or even for those of you that are sensitive to scent. I don't see how that would bother you any. But if you guys saw that brush earlier, the blue one that I bought in Concerning Terror, you guys should definitely take a look at Smiles for Miles. Oh, he makes some really nice brushes. He's really honing in on his craft, constantly getting better and better, and could use your support to continue to make really cool stuff. And that's what I love about the community, is just people rising up to the occasion and putting out some really cool stuff and having a really good attitude about it. I actually just got done watching Ken Surf's video, which is how I started the hobby, was really watching all of his stuff religiously at work. Watch it on my breaks, watch it on my lunches. I did the same thing. I did the same thing with a few others like Geo Fat Boy and Nick Shaves, really big one. Never thought I'd get into the hobby like I am today, but again, sometimes you don't know what the wind's gonna blow you, and I'm very happy to be where I'm at here with the hobby with all of you guys talking about shaving products. Let's see how we're doing on time. Okay, so we're past the 10-minute threshold, but that's okay. Sometimes we go to, you know, a couple minutes, we go to 15 minutes, whatever the case may be. As long as we're having a good time, who cares, right? So now we're gonna go ahead and finish up with Fine American Blend, a classic scent. And this is based off of an Yves Saint Laurent fragrance. And I am totally blanking on it. I've talked about it a dozen times, and I'm totally blanking on the scent Homage. It's got a nice alcoholic burn there, but the scent is so intoxicating. I mean, this is one of the strongest aftershaves I've ever used. And it's a very, very, very classic fragrance. I mean, this is right up there with a lot of your other classics, but it gives off an incredibly masculine vibe, leaves you feeling confident. Tiff really likes this fragrance. I get a lot of compliments on this fragrance at work. This thing will last you all day. I mean, a full 8-hour work day, you'll smell it clear into the day. And there's nothing better, in my opinion, to smell than American Blend. So I really like it. And I saw that that Fine Accoutrements released a new razor. I know what everyone's saying. It's overpriced, it's made in China, should be a lot cheaper, especially with other products that we're seeing that are competitive products to that, like stuff from Razor Rock and stuff from other artisans like PAA and other products that aren't that much more expensive or sometimes even cheaper, like, you know, Haircut and Shave Company, the excellent razor there, or of course this razor by Carbon Shaving Company. So that pretty much sums up the shave. So would I recommend this as a shave soap? Hell yeah, any day of the week. You guys want to use this, you're gonna get smooth, wonderful results. It's gonna be comfortable to use. I really, really like it. I've been using it almost exclusively for a week, maybe a little over a week. And it's been a lot of fun. Sometimes, again, that's the thing with the hobby, just have fun with it. Who cares what soap or cream or whatever you use? As long as you're having fun, you can dive into it, you can post pictures, you know, connect with other people. It's a lot of fun. Speaking of a lot of fun, so we created the logo for the new podcast. So you guys, if you were following me on the Shaving Tolson podcast, that is now going to be co-hosted between me and Brian Yost of Yost to Coast. So I'm really excited there. We finished the logo. I had that outsourced and commissioned. They came back with the artwork. It's posted on Instagram. I will leave it here. Definitely stop by. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all the stuff. We are going to start posting content here soon. Brian's got a lot of work ahead of him as far as his normal day job, so we're going to fit that in there. But our plan is to do bi-weekly releases. So every 2 weeks, you guys are getting more podcasts. So you're getting some really interesting interviews. I've already got several people lined up that have mentioned interest on being on the show with some really interesting conversations and ideas that I think you guys are going to like. And I think you're going to enjoy the banter. It's going to be just a fun environment where we're not only talking about shaving, we'll get into other things too. So thank you guys so much for the love and support. It means the world to me. You guys have a great one, and I'll see you next time on the Shaving Tolson.